Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. Wanted to come on here, make a quick video. Haven't gave my thoughts yet on the 49ers-Lions game. Before we get into the recap and some other things I want to talk about, let me know in the comments down below how this audio sounds. I've got complete new equipment. In my last video, I talked about that. Yeah, got a new webcam, new mics. This is one of the better mics out there, one of the more popular mics out there. Wasn't cheap, but for like the last week and a half, I've been messing with the audio. I'm using an XLR cable to an interface, so it took me a minute to kind of learn the ropes of that and whatnot. But yeah, let me know in the comments, though, if this audio sounds good. To me, it does. I tested it a few times, kind of uploaded draft videos to YouTube, and it seems fine to me. So again, let me know in the comments down below how the audio sounded. Should be much better than what it ever has been. I almost made a post game video on Monday night to the Niners-Lions game. I didn't because I was still trying to figure out the audio in this and whatnot. So I do apologize for that, but I want to kind of quick give my thoughts on the Monday night game, and then move on to again some other things I wanted to talk about. What a game that was. Super proud of the 49ers for battling and how they came out swinging. Brock Purdy was playing out of his mind, probably was on his way to have his best game ever. And then obviously threw 2 interceptions in the second half. That really, really hurt the 49ers. And they ended up losing the game. But I can't, look, I expected the Niners to lose. I think all Niner fans were going into that game kind of thinking that the Lions were going to spank them. To me, I knew this game could be competitive. I just wasn't certain that it was going to be. But man, it was competitive. Brock Purdy, had a very, very good first half. Threw his most passing yards ever in a single game, 377 yards. He was 27th for 35. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. So 4 touchdowns total and 2 interceptions. There was no defense being played in this game for both teams. That it was such an electric game, though. We definitely got spoiled with that type of game. But yeah, man. I mean, Jake Moody. Oh my gosh. I definitely think he has shown that he is not the 49ers kicker of the future. I think the 49ers will move on from him during the offseason. You can't miss 2 field goals and an extra point while already kind of being on thin ice and expect to get your job back. Jake Moody has screwed the 49ers out of multiple games this year. And, I'm almost certain that if Jake Moody makes some of the kicks and doesn't miss some of the kicks that he's missed this year, the 49ers could easily be like 9-7 right now. Definitely have to move on from Jake Moody. There are clear-cut better options out there, and he really has done nothing but hurt the 49ers this season, and he's had some good moments, especially in the Super Bowl. To me, though, man, you got to move on from Jake Moody, and I think the 49ers will. He almost single-handedly cost the 49ers that game. It's not all on Jake Moody because Brock Purdy, the 2 turnovers that he had hurt the 49ers, pretty badly too. But if Jake Moody makes both of those field goals and makes that extra point, the 49ers are likely winners of that game. But again, it's a double-edged sword. Brock Purdy threw 2 interceptions to Kirby Joseph. The first interception he had where he kind of sailed it high, I believe Pearsall or Jawan Jennings was the intended target on that. Bad throw, of course. I kind of let him off the hook in my own right when he first threw that interception. But then the second one really hurt the Niners in the situation that it was. The 49ers could have tied the game up, and he threw a pick. Actually, I think the game was like they were only down by like 3 when he threw the last pick. So Brock Purdy, a mediocre performance in my opinion on Monday night. Started off though in a way that I think could have been his best game ever. I mean, the dude was just balling out, making high-level throws, scrambling. That's one luxury about Brock Purdy. The dude knows how to scramble, and he is great with the ball in his hands. It's such a luxury in the NFL to have a quarterback that's just not a pocket type of guy that can also get out of the pocket, make nothing out of something, or make something out of nothing. Said that backwards. But yeah, I mean, mediocre performance for Brock Purdy. Unfortunately, he got hurt at the end of that game. Took a hit, I believe, from Brian Branch. And I guess the guy's face mask landed on his shoulder, the one that he had surgery on. And he had like some type of nerve issue going on. Kyle Shanahan did say after the game and earlier this week that it wasn't serious, but that he will not play in the season finale. And Kyle just announced yesterday, I believe, that Josh Dobbs will be the starting quarterback for the Arizona game. So kind of a little bit of a revenge game for Dobbs being in Arizona last year. Dobbs should have been the quarterback too all along. Brandon Allen's terrible. Kyle Shanahan, for some damn reason, loves Brandon Allen. I don't see... He's literally just a guy on this team. Like, I don't see anything why Kyle Shanahan would like him so much. So, again, Dobbs will be the starter for the season finale. Kind of sucks, man, because I really wanted to see one last game out of Purdy. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this is a big offseason. You got a lot. This is probably the most important offseason for Lynch and Shanahan in their respected era. So many tough decisions they're going to have to make. They got to bring back Hufanga. They got to bring back Greenlaw. All these Niner fans giving up on Brock Purdy. I don't get it, man. I love Brock Purdy. He's my quarterback. I want him to be the quarterback of the future. Just because he's had one bad down year when majority of his top players have been hurt, offense and defense. And no, I'm not implying that Brock Purdy gets carried, because he clearly doesn't. This has been a down year for everybody. Even though he hasn't had some of his top weapons, the guys that he's had, like Deebo Samuel, they haven't played up to par either. Like, that's only going to hurt the quarterback. It's not going to help the quarterback. Any quarterback in this situation is struggling. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Everybody wants to jump on the get rid of Purdy train just because he's having a mediocre season. He's without majority of his offensive pieces. He's without a good defense. You can't expect a quarterback to do what he did last year when this team is not the same and this team's banged up and this he's not getting much help from the defense either. I don't get it, man. Beat writers like Grant Cohn want to jump to conclusions, and I like Grant Cohn, but they're all clickbait type of shit. Like, it's all just to get clicks. I'm a firm believer in Brock Purdy. I want him to be our franchise quarterback, and I think the 49ers should absolutely pay him anywhere from $47 to $52, $53 million a year. I think that's what he'll get. Is he worth $60 million? I don't think I'd give him $60 million, but $47 to $53 million a year, yeah, sign me up every single day of the week. I'm gonna say yes. So the people giving Brock Purdy shit, it just doesn't make sense to me, man. A lot of those people anyway are casuals. Just because this season hasn't went the way that everybody kind of hoped it to doesn't mean that you move on from one of your best players in Brock Purdy. So that's my 2 cents on that. But anyway, Ricky Pearsall was super hyped to see him have a breakout game. 8 catches, 141 yards. Andy had a touchdown. He had the opening touchdown of the game, actually. And then George Kittle broke 1,000 yards in this game. He had 8 catches for 112 yards. He's got 4+ seasons now of 1,000 yards or more. Kittle absolutely been the MVP of this team this year. Jawan Jennings, 7 catches for 67 yards. Jawan Jennings has without a doubt, been our best receiver all season long. I can't wait till the 49ers pay him the money that he deserves. you definitely don't let Juwan Jennings go. The Niners absolutely have to pay Juwan Jennings without a doubt. Debo, okay game. Had the touchdown on the jet sweep. So, they battled in this game. I wasn't expecting them to win. Now, I will say this. I think with how the game went, they should have won the game without a doubt. But, between the interceptions and the missed field goals, the Lions just had too many opportunities to get the lead, and they did exactly that. That's what good teams are going to do. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that game. Just super proud of how they came out. They should have won that game, though. They only beat themselves. That's kind of been the common theme all year, too. So, again, man, not really surprised that they found a way to lose that game. But, yeah, like I said, and I'll make other videos about Brock Purdy, but these people talking about Brock Purdy's not a franchise quarterback, this and that, casual fans, again, any quarterback in this situation is not going to do as good. There's only 3 or 4 guys in the NFL, Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, that could be in this same situation and that would probably play a little better. But again, that's 3 or 4 guys out of 32 NFL quarterbacks. Just because he's not a Patrick Mahomes doesn't mean he's not a franchise quarterback. I just don't get some people, man. It absolutely blows my mind. I'm not off the Purdy train. Won't ever be. He's a great quarterback. He's a quarterback that the 49ers need to pay, and that's bottom line. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on the game. And the Brock Purdy talks and whatnot. There's going to be a lot more videos on the Brock Purdy talk. This is a massive offseason with the Niners, or for the 49ers. Definitely the most important, like I said at the beginning of this video, definitely the most important offseason that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have had since coming to San Francisco. So I'll be interested to see how the offseason plays out and whatnot. But yeah, man, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Again, Niners at Cardinals this upcoming weekend. Purdy again out. They're resting him. His injury's not. He avoided a serious injury. His injury's not serious. They're just resting him, as they should. Kind of in a meaningless game. So Dobbs will take over and be the starter this upcoming weekend. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the season finale. Let me know what you guys think about this Brock Purdy stuff. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, let me know if this audio sounds good. Again, I had to mess with the audio for like a week or 2 to kind of figure everything out. But to me, it sounds good. So again, let me know in the comments down below if the audio is good and whatnot. So that being said, as always, go Niners. Definitely going to be pumping more videos out now that I have all this equipment and stuff. So stay tuned. But yeah, as always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.